Hey, Dr. Terror. Sorry, I didn't even realize that was you who was saying it. Hello, welcome to the stream. How are you doing today?
Okay, now we're getting somewhere.
So we're about to meet a new
How's this
character.
supposed to lead me to Doc, Einie?
Hell. I am doing well. We are here playing Back to the Future, the game, which is actually made by TellTale Games, and is the closest thing we'll ever get to a Back to the Future 4, according to Bob Gale, so, you know, that's good. So we're meeting a new character, which... Yay, new characters, am I right? Let's see if you can, This character is not from the movie. It was made for the game, but the character is part of a family, which does have a character from the movies. And I wonder if you'll know who that is once you find out who the character is. Or the family, which kind of makes sense. Anyway, continue.
Step away from the door! Now, let me get a look at you.
Einstein, come on!
Just as I suspected. Hooligans! Get along now!
Of course,
Get!
hooligans. I'm no hooligan.
I'm not a hooligan, ma'am. I'm a teenager.
I wasn't born yesterday, young man. Aren't you the miscreant who skateboards through the town square every morning between 8 and 8:30 in a decidedly
Wow.
unpunctual manner?
Dang, she knows that.
Yeah?
All skateboarders are hooligans. It's a fact. Look it up.
Okay, it's a fact. Look it up.
State your business, child. You're making me miss Merv.
Well, see, that's the thing. I'm not sure why I'm here. Einstein here brought
It is
me,
a fact.
and
Well,
You looked it up. Who are you?
E. Strickland. You aren't related to
Oh.
Vice Principal Strickland, are
You
you,
just
ma'am?
said it.
not that it's any of your business, but I'm his sister, Edna. Oh, and you're one of those McFly slackers,
Oh, boy.
aren't ya?
What's old man Strick? I mean, what
What's
else has
old
your
man
brother been saying
Strick?
about me?
Nothing I couldn't have deduced for myself, slacker.
Huh.
State your business.
Well,
Well,
can you let me in? I've got something to show you.
what is it? Let me see.
No, I don't want you to see. This is Doc's high-heeled shoe, okay?
A shoe? Now what would I want with a... Huh? Stay there!
Wow, yours is more beat up. I guess it's time travel for you, so. Hi.
Leave that creature outside!
Wait,
Sorry,
who's doing
Einstein.
chat? 'Cause it says there's only one person. I think chat's messing up. Anyway. So yes, that's Edna Strickland, related to Vice Principal Strickland from the movies. And don't worry, we'll be seeing a lot
Took you
more of
long
her.
enough.
There's a lot of stairs.
To return the shoe, I mean. I lost it ages ago. You can put it down next to the other one. Much better. So
Doc doesn't wear
neat
high
and
heels.
orderly. Now I suppose you'll be wanting some sort of reward now.
No,
All I've got is tea and candy.
But
I'm sorry I called you a hooligan. I try
she's
not
not
to
like
jump
Vice
to
Principal.
conclusions, but after all, 9 out of 10 people in this city are hooligans. It's a fact. Look it up.
It's a fact. Look it up. You forgot to also turn on
Have a
the
seat,
stove.
Sonny. You kids! Put out those cigarettes!
Oh boy.
Don't touch those!
Sorry.
My newspapers are in pristine condition and meticulously organized. Not about to let some street punk get jam all over them.
Jam? What? And okay.
Miss Strickland?
Jack! Diane! I know what you're doing behind that tree! Yes?
Can you imagine if you're just out behind a tree with your love, and then you just hear someone like Edna being like, "Hey, you two! I know what you're doing behind that tree." And then everybody around just stares at you and like,
Do you remember when you lost your shoe?
Shoe?
That shoe over there.
Oh, that shoe! Huh. Hi, what a nosy Nelly! No one likes a busybody, you know.
But
Oh, fine, let me think about it.
that
Yes,
message
I
had to be checked.
I lost it in a scuffle with a dog. When was it?
Thank you, Chris.
Oh,
I
yes.
appreciate.
The day that
appreciate you, modding.
speakeasy burned down.
a speakeasy in Hill Valley?
Don't act so surprised.
I am
young
shocked.
Man. Your generation doesn't hold a copyright on moral depravity, you know.
Yes, we do.
Sin has been on the prowl in Hill Valley since the day it was founded.
An illegal speakeasy.
Wow, a speakeasy. That must have been wild. Is it true they used to drink gin out of slippers like my grandma said?
Don't romanticize the past, young man. Prohibition was a time when gangsters ruled the town while honest citizens quaked in their beds.
Sure. Nice
Doing
binoculars.
some stargazing?
No, I set my sights on lower things.
Below the waist.
Is that? Tim Tannen! Get away from that hubcap before I call your father!
Tiff Tannen. What? Okay. Odd.
So where was it? That speakeasy that burned down, I mean.
That was ages ago. If you're looking for bootleg hooch.
No, I'm just curious, that's all. I'm a student of history.
Student of history, my Aunt Fanny.
My
Your
aunt.
generation of hooligans and slackers could give two ripe figs about history.
Miss Strickland?
Oh, video store!
Huh?
The speakeasy used to be hidden in plain sight down there in the town square. Right where that disgusting videotape rental store squats today.
Sorry.
The video store building must have gone up after the speakeasy burned down.
Yeah.
Following year, as I recall.
Really, it's been around that long.
Don't let me keep you from your business.
Oh no.
You there! Don't even think about tossing that Kleenex on the ground!
Copyright! Oh no! No! Copyright. They said Kleenex.
Mind if I take a look?
Go ahead, dear.
Rebuilt in February 1932. So the fire must have happened before then. But when? I need a date.
Don't look at me. I'm far too old for you.
You know what? Why don't you go check on your tea? Sorry, I know how this works. So, because her tea sting's not working,
Man,
we have to use the radiator.
keeps it
to
hot
get her
in
out
here.
of the room.
That's the kettle. I'll be right back with some tea. And don't touch anything.
I'm sorry. I'm just gonna look for a single newspaper. Faster, faster. Go.
Let's see. Ground broken on site of former speakeasy. Singer vanishes. Hill Valley Expo delights crowd. Soup kitchen exposed. Here we go. Speakeasy arsonist slain. Legal procedure gave way to old-fashioned vengeance last night when a mob descended on the Hill Valley police station. The suspect in the speakeasy arson case, a drifter known as Carl Sagan, was pulled from his... Carl Sagan?
Carl Sagan.
It's
Uh-oh.
Doc! Killed by a mob. What's the date? June 14th, 1931. Jeez, I gotta rescue him.
Oh.
My newspapers!
Sorry, Miss Strickland. Let me...
No! You've gotten my history out of order! Oh, do you know how long it'll take to fix what you've done?
Sorry?
Oh, get out! Get out! Get out! Help! Police! I'm being attacked by hooligans!
1, you're shutting it into the hall of your apartment. 2, I highly doubt police are gonna come and help you after the number of times you probably said help hooligans. So...
Marty! Where you been, son? And what are you doing in that getup?
Didn't I tell you? I got the lead in the school play. We're doing...
Grapes of Wrath?
Right.
Oh, Steinbeck! Who are you playing? Never mind, you don't have to explain. I'm sure whatever it is you're up to, you know what you're doing, right?
I hope so.
Hey, sometimes you gotta go out on a limb for the ones you love, right? Wish my dad had understood that. You won't stay away too long.
You'll barely know I was gone.
Hopefully, if everything goes as planned, right? You
Ready
know?
to go, Einstein?
Can someone do play some more emojis to see how long we've been going for? Oh, how many people are watching? Do we have just one person, or do we have
Can't leave the
2
DeLorean
people?
now. Doc's waiting for me in 1931.
I didn't mean to leave.
Time circuits on. Flux capacitor fluxy. Okay, if Doc's gonna get killed on June 14th, 1931, I'll just show up the day before and get him out. I hope you know what you're doing, Doc.
Here we go, I guess. Interfere or anything, Marty. Just go literally in between. Goodness sakes. Good job, Marty. Very well done. You may not be able to hear me right now. Very well timed. Well, poor police officer. See the car of the future at the Hill Valley Exposition. Yeah, sure. That's the car of the future on that little here. Totally. And now it's time to watch. Coming this fall, Courthouse Square, Hill Valley. So what does Hill Valley look like in whatever time period we're in?
Einstein, where'd you go now, boy?
Somewhere. 48 minutes and 28 Hey, whoa. I'm walking here. Oh, jeez. Just walk past me, why don't ya? Push past me. Who are you?
Young man! Excuse me, young man!
Who, me?
You're the only man in the street, and I'm looking for a man-in-the-street reaction. Naturally, you know about the explosion that destroyed this illegal gin establishment.
I read about it, yeah.
What's your opinion of Carl Sagan, the stranger who single-handedly did what the law has been unable to do for 10 long years, namely, rid Hill Valley of the scourge of liquor?
I'm a supporter?
You can mark me down as a supporter.
The young man said, flashing a boyish yet virile grin. Hill Valley needs more upstanding youths like yourself. Do you have a message for the vicious gangsters who still roam these streets, no doubt plotting to corrupt our citizens with another den of booze, sin, and debauchery?
No?
No, not really.
That's the spirit. Destroy them with indifference. If we
Sure.
refuse to patronize their
Sure.
establishments and glorify their wicked exploits, they'll soon be exposed for the pathetic wretches they are. May I get your name?
Yeah, it's...
Okay, so this is really the only choice that should carry over, but it probably won't. Sonny Crockett, Michael Corleone. I like Michael Corleone. I think Harry Callahan is the one that it mainly uses, but I'm gonna go
Michael Corleone.
Thank you for sharing your candid opinions, Mr. Corleone. Edna Strickland, Hill Valley Herald.
Oh, it's Edna. Hello, Edna. Told you we'd be seeing more of her.
I know. I met you back. I mean, I'm familiar with your work.
You read my column? How sweet! I know it's just an etiquette column, but I believe it'll lead to bigger and better... Oh!
Einstein, no. Down, boy.
Is this wretched creature yours? He assaulted me once before.
What's got into you?
Aggressive dogs must be kept on leash at all times. It's the law. Look it up.
That's like her
I
main
gotta
line.
find
She said it
Doc.
3 times in the first 48 minutes of the game. Yeah, I know. Or I can just press shift. Okay, I don't know where I'm going. Still saying it. Yep, she is. What's that say? Stay sober society. Join today. Listen to your mothers. Police station. Ooh, Doc. Hello?
Who are you and what do you want?
Can I talk to, Carl Sagan?
Are you his lawyer?
Yes.
No?
Yeah, yes.
Then scram!
Jeez. Oh,
Doc!
Marty,
hi.
what are you doing here?
You sent for me, Doc.
I did? When?
May 14th, 1986.
1980? The automatic retrieval system, of course. I'd almost forgotten about that.
So what's our plan for getting you out of here?
Plan? We don't need a plan.
We don't.
Not in the slightest. The police picked me up for that speakeasy fire a couple of weeks ago, but the DA hasn't got a case. They're releasing me tomorrow morning.
So basically, I traveled 50 years into the past to deliver your car?
Sorry about that, but it's so wonderful to see you.
He
We have
gets
a lot of
gunned
catching
down,
up
though.
to do.
Yeah, you might want to hold off on that, Doc.
Yeah.
Great Scott! I'm going to be gunned down by gangsters on the steps of the courthouse.
Why would they do that?
Guess they didn't approve of my burning down their speakeasy.
Very funny, Doc. Maybe now we should come up with a plan.
A plan? Right. But what?
Get you out? Let's go back in
Why
time.
don't I take the DeLorean, go back in time before you were arrested, and stop you from getting caught in the first place?
Don't even think about it. Without my unjust incarceration, the events that sent you into the past might never happen, resulting in a paradox of continuum-shattering proportions.
Jeez, we've been back together for 5 minutes, Doc, and you're already talking about the end of the universe. I've missed that.
Don't be ridiculous, Marty. I was only referring to the end of the universe as we know it.
Oh, Marty and Doc. To break you
I
out.
suppose I could just get some dynamite and break you out of jail.
No, that's far too dangerous. Not just to me, but to random innocent people in the past. The repercussions could be... That's it!
What's it?
My rocket-powered drill.
You have a rocket-powered drill?
Not yet. I haven't built it yet.
You've lost me, Doc.
Yes, a few months ago, my 17-year-old self sent in a patent application for a rocket-powered drill. I abandoned the project after I never heard back from the patent office, but the prototype should be nearly complete.
Great, I'll just run back to your lab and...
No, I said nearly complete. You need me to help you finish it.
How the hell am I supposed to sneak a half-finished rocket-powered
Marty,
drill into
his
your
younger
cell?
self.
Not me,
Marty.
me. 1931 me.
Wait a minute, Doc. You want me to convince your 1931 self to build a rocket-powered drill to break you out of
Yes.
jail?
Precisely.
Won't talking to yourself cause, irreparable damage to the space-time continuum or something?
It should be fine. I've already invented the idea of the rocket drill. You've just got to goad my younger self into finishing the prototype.
How am I supposed to convince your younger self to finish the rocket drill? Just tell him I need to break his older self out of jail?
Absolutely not. Whatever you do, you can't tell my younger self anything about time travel. I won't come up with the inspiration for the flux capacitor for another 24 years.
Then what am I supposed to...
Just be your charming self. From what I remember, I'm a pretty easygoing kid, so enlisting me in a scientific adventure should be a piece of cake.
Why do I feel like that's not true?
Okay, let's say I go along with this crazy idea. Where can I find you? I mean, the other you.
How should I know? It was over 50 years ago. Why don't you go over to the soup kitchen next door and give my house a call? They'll know where to find me.
Soup kitchen. Got it.
How did you
Just
get a
stay
piece
away
of
from the
paper?
soup. It'll cause irreparable damage to your digestive system.
I guess I better get started. Don't worry, Doc. I'll get you out of here in no time.
I'm not worried. Once you and my younger self put your heads together, you'll be unstoppable.
Sure. How did Doc get a piece of paper inside the jail cell? That's my question. And how did he get writing on the piece of paper in a jail cell? Hey, that looks like, Marty's dad.
McFly!
Biff?
Kid!
Grandpa?
That's Mr. Tannen to you, Artie. What are you doing out here?
Well, I was getting kind of hungry, so I figured I'd come down here for some free soup.
Just thought I'd come down for some soup. Think, McFly. The DA's throwing around subpoenas like Babe Ruth.
I don't think Ruth's a pitcher anymore.
Shut it. If one of those subpoenas landed in the hands of my number cruncher, I'd be in a whole lot of trouble. I could even get sent up the river. You wouldn't want that, would you?
Of course I would.
Would you?
Of course I would.
No, of course not, kid.
All right. That's better. What are you looking at, punk? Keep your eyes on the soup, kid. Well?
Well, what?
What are you still doing here?
Sorry, kid. I'll just run back to the safe house.
You do that. And McFly,
Yes?
that hat's too flashy.
Oh.
You better let me hold on to it. Now scram!
You got it, boss.
And don't come out until I give you the all clear. I swear, if even one of you mooks could add 2 + 2 without your fingers, I'd dump that wimp into the lake. Hey! Anyway, I'm off to make myself irresistible.
That wimp. He just
Don't let
knew that
anyone
when
burn
Kid
down
was
the shop
talking to
while
him,
I'm
it
gone.
was him. because he didn't even look around. He's like, hey! Just assumed it was him.
Brown residents.
Hi. Do you know where I could find Emmett Brown?
Young Master Brown is currently tending to his clerking duties at the courthouse. Who may I say is calling?
The courthouse?
No,
Doc
you
never
may
told me you
not.
worked at the courthouse.
You may not say who's calling. Guy.
I better not talk to him. I don't want to mess up his timeline.
Sure. Yeah, talking to the random guy will mess up his timeline. Sure. Oh no! I stepped in the crosswalk. Now the next person who walks in that crosswalk, their timeline's gonna be messed up. Guy. Eastern Auto Sales. Sorry,
those.
Tara.
These are very sensitive legal documents. Nobody is supposed to handle them but sworn officers of the court. Judge Brown says so.
Hey, it's young Doc.
Judge Brown? Doc. Nice to meet you. I'm Michael, Corleone.
Emmett Brown. But I am a law clerk, not a doctor. Now please get out of my way. I have important business to transact. Naturally, h2 of A multiplied by the inversion of H has to come out less than expectation value of A.
Listen, Emmett, you don't know me, but I'm your friend.
I'm not big on friends. They get in the way of work.
Sure. I hear you're working on a rocket drill.
Listen, I understand you're working on a new invention in your lab.
Invention? You must have me mixed up with somebody else. I'm in law.
See, why did I
have
think this was
absolutely
gonna
no
be
interest in
easy?
science. Variable. Wait, is that even possible?
Come on, wait up a minute.
You again? Can't you see I'm busy?
See, I'm sort of in the science business myself. That's why I sought you out.
Not that I care in the least, because science is the furthest thing from my own area of interest, which is law, but I don't believe you.
It's true. I'm a scientist.
So tell me something, Mr. Scientist, from your vast storehouse of scientific knowledge.
The leg bone's connected to the thigh bone?
Amazing.
Come on, Doc. Emmett, drop the Legal Eagle Act. I got something more important for you to do.
Mr. Corleone, I'll have you know that the law is the very mortar that holds society together, and we in the legal profession are like brick masons building the edifice of the future.
Your dad tell you that?
Every morning.
What's this important business you're up to?
It's a legal matter, very complicated, very abstruse. I need to obtain 5 sets of initials on every copy of this writ of indemnification before before Judge Brown can even think of granting a waiver to the party of the first part.
You have no idea what it's about, do you?
That's how important it is.
So, Emmett, what time are you through with work?
Depends. On weeknights, Pop sometimes keeps me in the office till 9.
9 at night? But today's Saturday.
Right. So I probably won't get off before 10.
Huh.
Okay, so you don't want your old man to know. That you can level with me about this.
I am not.
What?
I have absolutely no idea. Wrong.
Okay. Sorry. Skipping ahead.
The inverse.
So, what we're I'll just do it.
Speed
It won't hurt anything.